There is a version of Brazil known to the world, a story told in rhythm, sand, and celebration, a coastline of impossible beauty and cities that move with a relentless, joyful energy. It is a Brazil of the imagination, a vibrant surface broadcast across the globe. But this is a country the size of a continent, holding ecosystems as different as any two nations. Its true character is not found on that surface. It hides in the folds of the map, in places the postcards never show, in communities that have grown from the earth itself, shaped by the mountains, rivers, and forests they call home. It lives in villages, tucked into mountain valleys so deep they seem to belong to another time, their calendars marked by the harvest, not the clock. It survives on riverbanks where the only road is the water itself, a liquid highway connecting worlds, and it thrives on islands where the modern world is kept at a careful distance by the sea. These are not relics or living museums. They are functioning communities, their cultures forged in isolation, their daily lives a testament to a deep and intricate relationship with the natural world. These are places where life is measured in seasons, in rainfall, and in the quiet, resilient strength of tradition. To find them, you must leave the famous cities and their celebrated coastlines far behind. You must follow the dirt roads when the asphalt ends and trust the river when the road disappears entirely. You must be willing to listen to the silence. This is a journey into Brazil's other self, a search for the life that flourishes in the vast, beautiful, and stubborn heart of the country. Our journey begins in the highlands of Bahia, in the Chapada Diamantina, a landscape of immense, flat-topped mountains, hidden waterfalls, and a history written in stone. The air here is thin and clear, and the silence is as vast as the sky. Here, in a valley carved by the Kumbuka River, lies Mucuge, a village born from a fever dream of diamonds. In the middle of the 19th century, the discovery of precious stones in the riverbed brought thousands of prospectors here, turning a remote, almost inaccessible wilderness into a place of sudden, desperate wealth. It was a chaotic boom town on the edge of the known world, where fortunes were made and lost in a flash. The boom is long gone. The miners have moved on, leaving only stories and scars on the land. But the village remains, its colonial houses and cobblestone streets preserved by the dry mountain air, a quiet monument to its own tumultuous past. Life now moves at a different, more deliberate pace. It follows the slow arc of the sun across the valley, the patient growth of coffee plants on the surrounding slopes, and the gentle rhythm of conversation in the main square, where elders sit on benches and watch the world go by. The past is not a ghost here, it is the foundation. The ornate, sometimes crumbling facades of the old houses with their colorful doors and window frames are a quiet reminder of the wealth that was once pulled from the earth below. On the edge of the town, a unique cemetery rises up the hillside. Its tombs are not built into the ground, but above it. They are miniature white chapels, intricate replicas of the churches of the time, their designs a striking and unexpected echo of Byzantine architecture. This was a necessity. A cholera epidemic in the 1850s made burials in the soil a source of contagion. The solution was to build this city of the dead, a silent, beautiful testament to the community's resilience and artistry in the face of tragedy. The mountains that once offered diamonds now offer something else. They are home to the semprevivas, the everlasting flowers, delicate paper-like blooms that retain their color and form long after being picked. Men still walk into the high country to gather them, a trade that requires a deep, intimate knowledge of the land, a continuation of the old relationship between the people and these mountains. Mucuge is a place of profound peace, a village that has found a quiet, sustainable life in the shadow of its own glittering, chaotic history. From Mucuge, we travel deeper into the memory of the diamond rush, following winding roads that cling to the mountain sides to a place that feels like a secret whispered among the stones. This is Igatu. Known as the Village of Stone, Igatu is a living ruin, a testament to the immense labor and hardship that once defined this entire region. It feels less like a town and more like a geological event, where settlement and mountain have become one. The houses are not just built on the rock, they are part of it. Walls of carefully stacked, mortarless stone rise from the earth, blending so perfectly into the hillside that it is sometimes hard to tell where nature ends and human hands begin. This was a town of miners, and they built their world from the only material they had in abundance. The result is a place of severe, powerful beauty, a settlement that seems to have grown organically from the mountain itself, its textures and colors mirroring the surrounding cliffs. Many of the old stone houses are now empty, their wooden roofs and floors long since surrendered to time, their walls open to the sky. Walking through them feels like moving through a gallery of abstract sculptures carved by a century of wind, rain, and hardship. The silence is profound, broken only by the wind and the distant call of a bird. Light and shadow play across the rough-hewn stone, changing the character of the ruins throughout the day, from sharp relief in the morning sun to soft, deep shadows in the late afternoon. But Igatu is not a ghost town. A small, resilient community still lives here, surrounded by the echoes of the past. They are the guardians of this place, their lives interwoven with its history, their presence a quiet act of continuity. In recent years, artists and artisans have been drawn to Igatu's unique atmosphere, opening small galleries and workshops in the restored stone houses. Their work often reflects the landscape, paintings that capture the light on the stone, sculptures made from river-worn rocks, a modern conversation with the town's powerful, silent past. They tend their gardens in plots of earth claimed back from the stone, welcome the few travelers who find their way here, and live a life of quiet simplicity, their days framed by the enduring silence of the rock. We leave the stone ruins behind, following a long, bumpy dirt road that descends into a wide, impossibly green valley. This is Valle du Capao. This is not a village built on the memory of diamonds, but on a search for a different kind of wealth. It is a place defined by what the earth can give when nurtured and respected. It is a sanctuary, a place that has drawn people from all over Brazil and the world who are seeking a deeper, more conscious connection with nature and with themselves. The community is a vibrant mosaic of local farmers whose families have been here for generations, and newcomers, spiritual seekers, artisans, therapists, and musicians, all drawn to the valley's unique, palpable energy. Life here is deliberately slow, an intentional stepping away from the pace and pressures of the modern world. It revolves around organic farming, yoga, and meditation retreats, and long, challenging hikes to the spectacular waterfalls that cascade from the surrounding plateaus, like the famous Fumaça, or Smoke, waterfall. The air is filled with the scent of medicinal herbs growing in community gardens, of damp earth after a morning rain, and of fresh-baked bread from the local bakeries that use traditional fermentation methods. The soundtrack is the constant hum of insects, the chatter of parrots in the fruit trees, and the distant, soothing roar of a waterfall. At the head of the valley stands the imposing, sheer-faced form of the Morro Branco, the White Hill, a sacred place for many who live here. From the village, trails lead into the Pati Valley, considered one of the most beautiful and remote treks in all of Brazil, a journey that takes days to complete. Vale do Capao is an ongoing experiment in how to live differently. It is a community trying to build a modern life that is in harmony with the ancient, powerful rhythms of the land, a place where the health of the body, the mind, and the earth are seen as one and the same. From the high mountains, our journey takes us to the coast, to a place where a slow, brown river meets the sea, and where time itself seems to flow at a different, more gentle speed. This is Kariviva, a village where the streets are not paved with cobblestones or asphalt, but with soft, deep, warm sand. There are no cars here, not a single one. The very idea seems an intrusion from another world. The only transport is by foot, by canoe, or by the steady, patient gait of a donkey, carrying supplies from the riverbank where the boats dock. The village is a narrow strip of land, a fragile peninsula caught between the gentle, mangrove-lined water of the Kariviva River on one side and the vast, blue, rhythmic expanse of the Atlantic Ocean on the other. Life is dictated by the tides and the sun. Fishermen leave in their small, colorful boats before dawn, their return in the afternoon, marking the true rhythm of the day. Their catch will be on the table in village restaurants by evening. The houses are simple, single-story structures, painted in bright, joyful colors, their doors and windows left open to the constant sea breeze. Bougainvillea spills over wooden fences, adding brilliant splashes of pink and purple to the sandy lanes. At night, the only light comes from the stars, which are brilliant in the absence of city glare, and the soft, warm glow of lanterns and small lamps from the houses and cafes. The sound is of the waves crashing on the shore, and often the distant soulful rhythm of forró music drifting from a local dance hall. To be in Kariviva is to be gently forced to slow down, to walk instead of ride, to listen instead of talk. It is a place where the modern world is held at bay by a river, a stretch of sand, and a collective, unspoken desire to keep things just as they are. we travel south, leaving the coast behind and climbing into the green, mountainous interior of Rio de Janeiro state. Here, nestled in a cool, forested valley in the Serra da Mantiqueira, is a village that feels like a piece of another continent entirely. This is Penedo, the only Finnish settlement in Brazil. In the late 1920s, Finnish immigrants came to this valley. They were seeking to build a utopian community based on vegetarianism, natural living, and a rejection of industrial society. The strict utopia was difficult to sustain, but their culture took root, blending with local traditions to create something new. The architecture is a curious and charming blend of Finnish design and Brazilian materials. Wooden chalets with steep, gabled roofs, designed for heavy snow, sit comfortably among towering palm trees and dense groves of bamboo. The air is cooler here, a welcome respite from the coastal heat. The landscape is one of rolling hills, clear, fast-flowing streams, and the deep, vibrant green of the protected Atlantic forest that surrounds the town. Local shops sell Finnish crafts, fasa chocolates, and freshly baked pulla, a sweet cardamom bread. In the center of town, there is even a small theme park called Little Finland, with a Santa Claus house that feels both surreal and perfectly at home in the tropical setting. On weekends, a local dance group performs traditional Finnish folk dances in full costume. It is a strange and beautiful echo of a distant northern culture, performed with a distinctly Brazilian warmth and joy. Penedo is a testament to the enduring and adaptable power of culture, a small piece of Finland that has found a permanent and surprisingly comfortable home in the heart of the tropics. From the Finnish forests of Penedo, we travel to the high coastal mountains of Sao Paulo, to a village perpetually wrapped in a thick, damp mist. This is Paranapiacaba. This is not a village that grew organically from the earth. It was built by the British in the 19th century. It is a perfect replica of a Victorian railway town, set down with eerie precision in the middle of the Brazilian rainforest. It was constructed to serve the Sao Paulo Railway, a marvel of engineering that used a series of powerful funiculars to haul coffee from the interior plateau down the steep Serra do Mar to the port of Santos. The village was a city for the railway's workers. The houses are made of dark, imported wood, with steep gabled roofs and sash windows. A clock tower, a smaller but faithful version of London's Big Ben, rises from the center of the town, its face often obscured by the swirling fog. Fog is a constant presence here, rolling in from the sea, muffling all sound and turning the narrow, gridded streets into a cinematic, almost ghostly dreamscape. The dampness is pervasive, nurturing thick carpets of moss on the dark wood. The railway is mostly silent now. The great steam engines are gone, resting in a museum at the bottom of the hill. But the village remains, a perfectly preserved time capsule of the industrial age, slowly being reclaimed by the lush, powerful nature that surrounds it. To walk through Paranapiacaba is to step into another country and another century. It is a ghost of the British Empire, haunted by the memory of a train's whistle and the constant, quiet presence of the mist. Our journey now takes us deep into the heart of Brazil, to the vast, ancient plateau of the Cerrado, the country's tropical savanna. Here, On the edge of a national park of breathtaking beauty is the village of Sao Jorge. This is the gateway to the Chapada dos Veadeiros, a landscape of immense canyons, powerful waterfalls, and rock formations that are over 1 billion years old, some of the oldest on the planet. The ground here is rich with quartz crystal, and for decades, the village was a rough-and-tumble mining settlement. Today, the crystals are valued for their perceived spiritual power, and the village has become a magnet for mystics and nature lovers. Sao Jorge is a dusty, unassuming place. Its streets are unpaved, its houses are simple and colorful, often adorned with mosaics and mandalas. But it possesses a powerful, quiet energy, a feeling of being on the edge of something ancient and significant. Life here is inextricably tied to the park. Local guides, many of them descendants of the crystal miners, lead visitors into the canyons, to natural swimming pools of startlingly emerald green water, and to viewpoints that overlook a seemingly endless expanse of savanna. The community is a fascinating mix of long-time residents known as nativos, who possess a deep generational knowledge of the land, and newcomers from Brazil's big cities, drawn by the region's mysticism and profound natural beauty. It is a place where the immense scale and age of the landscape puts human concerns into a different perspective, a village that exists as a humble, dusty entry point to a world of ancient elemental power. We travel west to the state of Mato Grosso on the remote border with Bolivia. Here, on the edge of the Pantanal wetlands, lies a village with a forgotten royal past and a powerful African soul. This is Vila Bela da Santíssima Trindade. In the 18th century, this remote outpost was the first capital of Mato Grosso, a center of Portuguese power and a bulwark against Spanish expansion. It was a place of ambition, built in the deep interior of the continent. The ruins of its grand cathedral still stand in the center of the town. Its massive stone walls, open to the sky, are a stark, beautiful monument to a forgotten era of colonial power that eventually faded back into the wilderness. But the true, vibrant spirit of Vila Bela is not found in its Portuguese ruins. It is found in its people, many of whom are descendants of enslaved Africans who created a unique and resilient Quilombola culture here. The village is the home of the Dança do Congo, a vibrant, powerful ritual that blends African and Christian traditions into something wholly unique. For 1 week each year, the town comes alive. Dressed in elaborate, colorful costumes, the people of Vila Bela dance and sing through the streets, reenacting the coronation of a Congolese king and his queen in a ceremony that is a profound statement of cultural survival and pride. Vila Bela is a place where two histories, one of colonial ambition and one of African resistance, are written on the same landscape. It is a community that has preserved its heritage with palpable strength and joy. Our journey turns north into the vastness of the Amazon basin. Here, on the banks of the Tapajós River, a clear water tributary of the Amazon, is a village that defies every expectation of the rainforest. This is Alto do Chao. During the dry season, from August to January, the river recedes to reveal something extraordinary. Miles of pristine, white sand beaches that would not look out of place in the Caribbean. In the middle of the river a huge sandbar appears, forming a perfect temporary island known as the Ilha do Amor, the island of love, which can be reached by small hand-paddled canoes. The Tapajos is not the muddy brown of the Amazon. Its water is startlingly clear, with a turquoise hue, warm and gentle. This is not the dense, closed-in jungle of the popular imagination. It is an open, luminous landscape of water, sand, and sky, fringed by forest. Life in Alto do Chao revolves around the river's annual pulse. When the water is low, the village is a relaxed beach town. Local families set up thatched roof huts on the sand, serving grilled river fish and cold drinks. When the rains come and the river rises, sometimes by as much as 7 meters, the beaches disappear completely. The water laps at the edge of the town square, and village life retreats to the high ground, waiting patiently for the cycle to begin again. It is a place that reveals a different, gentler face of the Amazon, one of surprising softness and breathtaking seasonal beauty. We travel deeper into the Amazon, hundreds of miles up the Rio Negro, to a place that is the beating heart of indigenous Brazil. This is São Gabriel da Cachoeira. It is not a village in the traditional sense, but a small, bustling city. Yet, it is one of the most remote and culturally significant places in the country, reachable only by a multi-day boat journey or by plane. This is the most indigenous municipality in Brazil. Over 90% of its population belongs to one of 23 different ethnic groups who have lived in this region for millennia. It is a place of incredible linguistic diversity. 4 official languages are spoken here, alongside Portuguese, Igatu, Tucano, Baniwa, and Yanomami. To be in São Gabriel is to witness a world where indigenous culture is not a historical artifact or a tourist attraction, but the living, breathing, dynamic center of society. The port is a constant, chaotic flow of boats of all sizes, bringing people and goods from communities hundreds of miles upriver. The market is filled with the sounds of different languages and the smells of unfamiliar fruits and river fish. This is a frontier town, a meeting place of ancient cultures and the modern world. It is a powerful symbol of the resilience, diversity, and enduring presence of the Amazon's first peoples. From the stone villages of the diamond mines to the sandy streets of the coast, from the Finnish forests of the south to the indigenous heart of the Amazon. Our journey reveals a country far more complex and diverse than its famous image suggests. It is a nation of hidden worlds, of communities that have carved out a unique existence in a deep and lasting conversation with the powerful landscapes that surround them. Each village holds a different story, a different history, a different answer to the question of how to live. Each is a piece of the vast, intricate mosaic that is the real Brazil. These places are not frozen in time. They are adapting, changing, and finding new ways to survive in a world that is constantly pressing in. But they are also guardians of memory, of traditions, and of a deep connection to the land that the modern world has, in many ways, forgotten. They are the hidden story of Brazil. A story written not in headlines, but in the quiet, resilient rhythms of daily life. A story of incredible diversity and of a profound, unbreakable bond between a people and their land.